What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Brad. I come to you guys with a brand new video. And today we have an intercooler installed. We're installing the intercooler that I've had sitting here for a while. I've just been waiting for the tech bar to get back. She's back home, and we're gonna put this on real quick. I got it hiding buried under all my car parts over here. So let's dig her out. So pretty much to get started, you want to take the cowl off. Or you want to take this plastic trim off, because you are gonna have to take the bumper off. I'm not gonna teach you guys how to do that because I'm pretty sure you guys know how to take a bumper off. But yeah, you're gonna pretty much want to take it off and then install the intercooler, which I'll tell you guys how to do in a sec. Alright, finally got the bumper off. Couple tins you want to take off. One here, one on top over here. Actually, there's not one there. So that one, then you're just gonna take these two off right here, and then go on to this side, pretty much same thing. One here, and then the two holding it in, and then it should pop right out. So hopefully this is easy and isn't too hard. This one's so tiny, it's so small. Cool. Now to put the PRL one in. Look at the difference between the two. This is the OEM one. It's just so tiny. But now we get to put the big PRL one in. Hell yeah. Let's put it on. Alright, I got the intercooler back on. Got my little things hanging. But let's turn it on and see how everything goes. Should be, I mean, it's a fairly easy install. Just a couple things. Let's see. Idle's good. Now my main thing is to figure out where the temps go. Normally the temps on a cool day is about 175. So, and a hot day is about 180, 190, close to maybe 200. So I kind of want to see where it's going to run about right now. Just idling. Let's see. $147. Yeah, the car's not fully warm yet, but 147, it's going up, the car's getting warm, but everything looks good. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit and see how high this gets, and see if this intercooler really makes a difference. Sitting at 172, which is still good. Idle, I believe I'm normally about 177, 180, so it's going up a little bit. I just revved it a bit. But I want to drive it around, so I'm gonna put the bumper back on, and we're gonna go take this thing for a little rip. So we're doing some driving right now, and we're actually going to the experience show. We're on our way there right now. Sick ass GTI though. Sick, bruh. But yeah, I mean, we're heading there right now, and I'm looking at the temps. The coolant temp 1 is still saying about the 180s mark, which is, like I said, about average. But coolant temp 2 is at 118. Oh, you guys are wondering why I'm wearing these glasses. It's all the glasses that I have. I don't know what my Ray-Bans are. So I gotta wear these for now, but I mean, we're stuck in traffic, but it's at 118. That is good, like so good. Wow, I didn't realize how much an intercooler can really make of a difference. And like I said, it's just at 118 right now. That's pretty good. But yeah, we're heading to the experience right now, so I guess we'll turn this into a vlog too. Screw it. Just showed up to Bakersfield. My fucking legs are sore, man. Got it?
Heavy! Do you need anything?
No. Take this with me.
Did you notice I cleaned your tips?
What?
Your exhaust tips? There's a Starbucks, there's a Starbucks, there's a Starbucks. Can you World War. World War. Brad, and show them your legs.
Freaky.
World.
So it's about a couple days later from the last thing you guys have seen. Pretty much we went to the show. We had a lot of good time. You guys will be getting that vlog pretty soon, but just to kind of pretty much end this video, the intercooler's been on for about a couple days. I've been just kind of doing some testing with it, and everything's been completely fine. E85 or E40 blend. It's running about 116 temperature, about 116 degrees. On 91, full 91, it's running about 140, 150. So gonna be running E85 is running a little bit cooler, which is good. I believe without the intercooler, the car was running about 160 on 91, about 145 with the 85, so, or with what E40. So the temps are staying down. That's good. Obviously, I don't have charge pipes on these because the charge pipes, it wasn't something that I was really too focused on for this car because I'm not going big turbo anytime yet. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe if you guys see this video to 100 likes, maybe we'll go big turbo on this car. Who knows? But I'll be down to do it. So if you guys are down to see it, I'm down to do it. If you guys still have not copped your shirts yet, make sure you guys go down below and cop them. I am going to be making stickers for the 11th gen, which should be coming very, very soon, which you guys will be able to cop. It's going to be like the ones I have for the SI, which I don't have, but for the 11th gen, I'm going to be making some for that car too. So you guys can cop them as well, because I know a lot of you guys are 11th gen fans. A lot of you guys are coming for that content. So I'm going to be making some stickers. I'll show a preview of it whenever they get made and everything, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to have these stickers go up and have the 11th gen pop off. So for content, man, we're just grinding as much as we can. I mean, you guys are absolutely killing it with the videos. You guys are killing it with the likes. You know, it's crazy. It's insane amount. So I mean, just thank you guys for the love and support. I know I say this pretty much every video, but I mean, seriously, I mean, I don't think I would have thought about being at 4,000 subscribers in a very long time. And the fact that we're hitting everything just so fast is so amazing. So like I said, just thank you guys so much. Everything's growing and we're going fast, so I love you guys so much. But if you guys are brand new here, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more content on the Type R, if you guys have any questions about the intercooler on the Type R, make sure you guys ask them down below, and I will do my best to answer them. But for the SI, I think we're gonna go Honda next. I think that's our next biggest thing that we're gonna be doing is the Honda on that car, because that car needs a little bit of power. Driving from this to the SI is a big difference. So I'm gonna be pretty much trying to build at least a little bit of power into it. I mean, after going to the experience and talking to Daniel Butler, who is the tuner of Power Metric, talking with him a little bit, like the SI, the 11th generation, the clutches are weaker than the 10th gen. So he's saying the Honda went a little bit backwards, but in terms of like power out of the turbo, it's a lot better turbo than the 10th gen was. He threw some numbers out there. I'm not going to say those. I'm going to let that kind of come as it goes. But that car can make a lot of good power. Now, obviously, the rods and the pistons are pretty weak. The clutch is weak. It's weaker than the last generation. If you guys didn't know, like even when I ran my 10 gen on +9 on the Honda tunes, like it didn't hold. So we're going to have to get a clutch in that eventually. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to get one as soon as we throw the Honda on. That's my guess. I don't really know what clutch we're going to go with yet. We'll figure it out as we go. But if you guys are brand new here, like I said, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you guys want stickers for the 11th gen, make sure you guys comment down below saying you guys want a sticker and like the video so I know. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching the videos and enjoying them. If you guys are brand new here, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.